Hello everyone, welcome to today's tutorial. Today we're going to be looking at how to use a toast notification like this in your project, in a Next.js project or React project, depending on whatever you are working with. The same step can be applied also to React and to Next.js, but this is specifically a Next.js tutorial. So let's get started. So first of all, we will install the project. So I have my terminal open here, and I'm going to install the latest. I think project name, I'm going to ask it to use the name of the folder. So I'm just going to put a dot. TypeScript, no. ESLint, yes. Tailwind, no. Source directory, no. App router, yes. No. So you can customize these options according to your use case. Well, this is just a simple tutorial to show you how to use the toast notification in React. So while we wait for it to complete, let's take a look at the package. The package is react-toastify. I still prefer this react-toastify than other toast notification package because it is very easy to use, and the user experience is much more okay. I prefer this than the normal toast notification you are in other packages. There are others also. You can see React Toast, but I prefer the, let me see the home page for this. There is no demonstration of how this one looks, but I think they are basically using the same thing. React Toasty. This is probably inherited from react-toastify. So our project should be done by now. So I'm going to open it in the code editor, and then the first thing we want to do is to add the react-toastify. So I'm using a yarn project. I'm using a yarn package manager. So I'll be using the yarn add. So I'm going to add that here and add react-toastify. So once that is done, so basically let's start our application terminal, new terminal. Let's start it with yarn. I think the installation should, okay, let's wait for the installation. But while we wait for the installation, let's look at the folder structure. This is the app directory. So Next.js now uses the app directory from Next 13 plus, which I think is ready for production now, which it has a layout component. So this is the layout of your application. This will wrap around all your other components, all your other pages, I mean, that you create. So here we have the module CSS, the CSS for this page here. So, and this is the layout that wraps around all our application. So first I'm going to create another directory. So in this directory, let's call it dashboard. Okay, let me put it inside a bracket, dashboard. So if when Next.js sees anything inside bracket, it knows you are trying to organize your project, so it wouldn't read this as a route. is whatever you place inside that will now start reading as a route. So I'm going to add a dashboard again, dashboard, and then inside the dashboard we're going to have a home directory. Then inside the home we'll now have our page.js. So I'm gonna use a RFC a snippet, React functional snippet, to generate the page. So here I'm just going to say dashboard. Okay, I think here what I'll do is I'll create a button. And I'll say open, sorry about that, open notification. So here on click notify. So we don't have this function declared yet, so let us create a function here. Const notify is equals to, we aren't passing anything in this. So I think our layout is ready. Let's run our project. I guess it has finished installing. So we're going to run the project with yarn dev. So our app is ready on 2000. So let's open our app. 3000 localhost 3000. So I think it should show the next default, yeah, landing page. So our app is ready. Let's navigate into the dashboard layout. Dashboard /home. What is it telling me? On click function. Okay, let me change this. I think this is the problem there. On click. Notify. So event that's gonna be passed to client component props. If you interact, consider converting part of this to a client component. Okay, so forgetting that next is a server first. So I'm going to put use client here. So I think that should work now. Good. So we have our open notification. If we click this now, it does nothing. So let's go and see how we can implement the body. So I'm going to do something here. I'm going to change this class, inter class name. Okay, I think not this one. Let me go into the global CSS and edit it a little bit. So inside this body, I'm just going to center everything using a flexbox display flex, and then I'll just say justify content center align items center. So I'm gonna go into the default, remove this starter template. Yes, this Next.js, I'm gonna remove that. So I think I can still leave the div, the first div that we have there. And I'm just gonna remove this. I'm gonna say home page. So let's So let's go back to, so it is centered here, but I want it to be centered here also. Where is the body? Global display flex justify content, align item, align self, or align, I think it should be self center. Align content. Let me align the content here. Align content, justify items, leave everything in the center. Still not bringing it down. I think this is because flex direction should be column. I didn't want to add a flex direction initially. But I think I have to add a flex direction column. Okay, I think I know what is happening here. Max width. Give it a height of 100 viewing height for the body. Good. So finally we have this here. So now what we're going to do is implement the toast notification, and for that you can see the implementation here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to import this toast container and then place this toast container. So I'm just going to copy this and go to your layout file. You want to wrap it around the root layout. You know, you can have different layouts. I can decide to have another layout for this for the dashboard route, you know, because you might have different route on your pages. You might have a route for authenticated users, you might have for admin, and then the admin will have to see the admin dashboard and all those things. So you might need to have a different layout for the admin, different for the dashboard and things like that. So for what you want to do is you want to wrap it around the root layout, not the layouts inside or nested in other directory. You want it to be the root layout. So in here I'm gonna put this immediately after the body, not after the body, inside the body, and then I'm gonna import it. So, and then this is not enough yet. You still have to import the CSS also. You see the CSS here, so we need to import it. So if you are doing this, you will have to put it inside a client component, because this is a client this is a client component itself. This toast container, it runs on the client, not on the server. So, and our layout is not a client component. So I think the best thing we can do is create a notify. You can, instead of, okay, let's do this. We are going to create a library or a component folder in the app layout. Create a component folder. This should be plural, components. Good. And then inside this, I'm going to have a toast notification component, toast notification component .js. Here is going to be a React function RFCE. So inside here, what we want to do is we want to bring this, we want to migrate it back here. So I'm just going to remove this and just pass it directly. There's no need to remove this, just return it and then import it here. Import the CSS also, which I think I imported. Where's the CSS? Okay, I've not yet imported the CSS. So this is the CSS here. And I import this also. Oh, sorry, it shouldn't be in the root, in the layout. It should be here. So after that, we want to turn this to a client component. Use client. The reason why I'm doing this is because I don't want to turn the layout to a client component. Instead, I want this to be a component of its own. So now after doing that, we're going to import this back to the layout. So this way it's not going to be throwing us the error saying that we imported a client component in a server component. So I'm going to remove this from here, this toast container also, so we can leave it. So what's the error now? Reference error is not defined. Okay, I didn't import it. So we can go back to our app and refresh it, and everything will still be working. Yeah, everything is still working. So now that we have initialized our toast notification, so this way is the toast notification is going to be available anywhere in our application because we imported it in the root layout here. So we're going to go into our dashboard home page, and here is where what we want to do here is we want to call the notification and show a notification. So I'm going to say toast. I'm going to import toast. So here what you just need to do is import toast dot. So this toast has a couple of methods. If you check the documentation here, or you check the so this is the home page for this react-toastify project. So you can see, you can go through this, and see the different settings you can use. So but this toast notification function, it has a couple of methods that is attached to it. So we have the warning, so you use that to display a warning. You have the info, the error if you want to display an error, and the success. So first of all, let's look at the info. So all you need to just do is call the method and then pass in your text. You can say welcome to my site. So let's see what happens if I click on open notification. You can see welcome to my site. So I'm gonna change this again to success. Let's see how success looks. Success. So if we open it, it will open both. This is the info, this is the success. You can see for the success it has a progressive bar of color green, and then the icon also is color green. So this is for success. So you can use this, for example, if you are calling a endpoint and it was successful, or you want to update the data into successful, you can just show the notification to the user. And then let's see how the one looks like. So I'm gonna change this text and say, you do not have the right to access this resource. So open notification. You can see here it also shows a notification icon, a warning icon saying that I do not have the right to access the resource. So, and then I think the last one is the error. So for this error, I can say, oops, something went wrong. Try again later. I say, oops, something went wrong. Try again later. Sorry about the background noise. I think it's raining here. Try again later. So when you click on the notification here, okay, we are still using warning. That should be error. So change this to error, save it, and then when I open the notification, you can see the error. Oops, something went wrong. Try again later. So so now you've known how to use the toast notification, but I would like to show you some other things you can do, how you can change the settings, the appearance, So if you go here to the home page, I'm gonna go to get started. So you can see different settings here that you can change, So for example, if you want to keep a consistent theme, you can pass these options to your wrapper. So we're going to look at those options one after the other. They are still the same options you have here. So you can set them to, to your like. For example, if you want it to appear in the top right, click on this top left. Let me click this. You can see it changed the position here to top left. These are the methods: info, success, warning, error, or default. So I think the default will use the info, the theme, whether light or dark, but let's still use light here and show the notification. You can see it appeared here on the left. So you can see. So I can change the position top center, adding a top center flag to appear on the center. You can change bottom right, show toast notification. So you can just come here and then play around with what you want, and you can now copy the code and put it in your. So but what I like to do is keep a consistent theme across the application for the notification. So to do that, let me copy. I'll be copying this. So I'm just going to change this to top center and leave this in default light mode. You can change it to colored. We will still check that. You can see theme color there, dark, let's leave it in light, and then I'm going to copy the props, and then you need to go to your toast notification component here, and what you just do is just pass it as a prop. So I'm going to reformat this. Control Shift P. Oh, sorry about that. That should be Control P. Control P. Format document. And then I'm going to save it. So what we're saying is we want the position to be top centered, auto close in 5 seconds, hide progressive bar, that is false, meaning that we want to see the progressive bar, newest on top. So the newest will go on top if this is true, but now it's false. So if there are multiple notifications, it will be stacked, and the newest will be at the bottom. So you can change it. If you want the newest to be on top, you can change this to true. So let's change this to true. Yeah. Close on click. So when you click on the notification, do you want it to close? RTF, this is from right to left, Pause on focus loss. Draggable, when you add this draggable flag, it becomes draggable, but you can only drag it to dismiss it, not drag it to any other position or something. You can only drag to the right to dismiss or to the left to dismiss. Pause on over. So if we remove this, it wouldn't pause when you over on it. And then the theme is light. So let's save this and go back to our page and click on the notification. You can see now it's in the center. You can see the progress bar. If I over on anyone, it pauses. I can drag to dismiss also. Open it. There is also this close icon. I can over on it and it will pause the timer, and I can dismiss through the X icon also. So let's just see how the themes looks like. Let's change this to colored. You can see this is the information, the success, the warning, and the error. So if I open and open, you can see it's stacking them on top of each other. Let's open a couple of. Okay, it's covering it. Let me change this to right to left, to top right. You can see stacking them on top of each other. So if you don't want the newest on top to be on top, if you want the newest to be below, you can change this to false. So when we do that, you can save and then go back to your page. I want this to all dismiss, and then you can see that the newest came below. So I'm going to change and you can change this to a dark also. So you can switch this between your dark mode and your light mode. So if I open, you can see we're in the dark mode. Everything is dark, just the progressive bar, and the icons. You can also change the icons if you want. You can see that if you go to the documentation and in usage, you can see icons, how you can change the icons. They are default icons. These are default icons. So you can disable the icon by passing a flag of false, and then you can pass, I've not mentioned this, but you can pass all these settings as an optional attribute to the functions also. So all these attributes you have here, you can change it, but most of the time I like to keep my application using the same theme, the same default setting. So once you've set it here, all your toast notification will use it. But if you want to now override one or two of those settings, you can go to your page, and then, for example, I can pass in the timer. If I want it to dismiss faster, you can see here handling auto close. I can pass in a auto close flag. This is to this as a optional attribute. Put a comma here and then say auto close. Make it close in 1 second, 1000 milliseconds. So you can go there, open notification. You can see that it's much more faster than before. You can see the last one there was closing faster than these ones. These ones I didn't pass the flag. It's just the error. I passed the flag of 1 second. You can check that again. You can see. So let me comment this out so that you can see the changes. So you can see dismisses in 1 second. So you can customize it to your liking. 5 seconds if you want 5 seconds, 10 seconds if you want 10 seconds, you know. So you can definitely pass all these attributes also, you know, as parameters, you know, to the toast function. If you want to override some of these default settings that you set here, you can see we set the auto close to 5 here, but we override the 5 seconds here with 1 second. So you can do that, and you can, so we're talking about the icon. You can also change the icon. If you go to icons, you can see here we have default icons that are already added. But if you want to change and use your own icons, if you want to disable the icons, just pass in a flag of icon false, or like it was passed here to the error function, icon false. So let's see that. I can say here auto close 1 second and icon false. You wouldn't see the, you can see there's no icon, there's no error icon there. Let me change that back, remove that icon false, so that you can see the difference. You can see. So you can also add your custom icon. So just import your icon and add it there. You can pass it directly to the toast library. You can add it here. You can also pass it through text. You can use text, all these custom text icons with string, passing with string, a custom icon, you know. You can even pass a function. You can pass a function to it. So there are different things you can do. You can change the animation if you want. You can see that in the animation. I'm trying to get where that is. Position, remove toast programmatically. So you can choose to remove it programmatically. You can see it here. Toast does dismiss to dismiss all toast. If you want to display a specific toast, you need to give it an ID first. You can see here you import use a useref and then connect the useref.current to the toast notification, and then you can dismiss toast.dismiss, call the toast ID.current to dismiss it, or you just use toast.dismiss all. This will dismiss all toasts. So there's a lot you can do here to customize it the way you want. You can change the CSS, the animation, you know, accessibility, drag to remove, enter a custom enter and exit animation. You can see it here. So this animation that you specify, you create a class of CSS transition and specify, but this must have been in your CSS file. So what I mean is that this must have been added to your probably global CSS or whatever you are using, global theme. For example, you can see it here, see it in action here. If you look at this style.css here, you will see the animation has been added. It's keyframe, swirl in forward. You can see dot swirling forward animation, swirling forward, ease out, both. You can see it here. You can also see this swirl out back, which was then called here. It has been added to the CSS, the keyframes, and then defined in a class. So after that, in your application, you define a CSS transition by importing it from the react-toastify package. You import the CSS transition from it, and then define your enter and your exit animation, your start and your end animation. You can see enter your exit animation, swirl in, enter, exit. You can see, so here you just pass in transition bounds, the name of the transition. So let me show you that in a quick way how to do that. So I'm just going to copy these animations, and then also before that, you can you can create your own animations. There's this page here. You can use this animate CSS or animista. So let me show you this animista. You can use it to create your own CSS. So you can see here, scale up, scale down, rotate, flip. So I'm going to use this flip. So I'm just going to copy this CSS. You can see the keyframe here, the keyframe for the flip. Flip horizontal bottom, flip horizontal bottom here. So I'm just going to copy this. Copy it into my global.css. I'm gonna copy it here, and then you copy the class also. This is the class here. Copy the class, paste the class, save it. So after that, you can just like it's done here, create a CSS transition. So I'm just gonna copy this. So I'm going to go to my page here. I'm going to paste it here, and then we need to import the CSS transition. So I'm just going to import it from Toastify here. You can see, and then when you've done that, so the next thing is to copy the name of the So I'm going to split this screen here now. Here I'm going to be here, and then I'm going to change this to upward, to up, just to show. And I'm going to change this to, instead of minus 180, I'm just gonna leave it in 180 degrees. 180 degree. Save it, and then the name of the, oh sorry, that's it. This should still be the same because it's still the same keyframe. I can just duplicate this instead. So let me just use this for both the ease in and ease out, but you can just create your own ease in, ease out. So and then we pass in the transition. So I'm going to pass in the transition property here, but instead of bounce, it's going to be, okay, it's bounce, we called it bounce here. I'm gonna save it. It's not working because I'm gonna refresh the page. Still not working. I hope I've saved the global CSS. I've not. So you can see it now. You can see it flips to enter and flips to exit. So I can decide to change the exit animation. I'm just going to create another animation from this. Okay. Instead of bottom, I'm going to say up. And then let's copy this also and change the name to flip horizontal upward. So this is going to be the name, which is this up up. And then I'm gonna change this just to make it a little different from the first one. So then let's copy this and come to our, so instead of bottom, I'm going to put this as flip upward. And save it. Ensure we've saved our CSS file also. So open dismiss. You can see it's turned the other way around, to exit. So there's a couple of changes you can make. If you need to customize, you can just go through the documentation here, and whatever you need to change is pretty easy to understand. If you are working with Redux and you want to implement it with Redux, you can go through this tutorial here. I'm not using Redux, so I wouldn't be doing this. If not, I would have said I should, but I'm not. I should show you how to. So that brings us to the end of this tutorial. Thank you, and thank you for joining us. Please like, comment and share, and subscribe to this channel. See you some other time.